Whether you're dealing with food sensitivities or just looking for a healthier option, we've got you covered with this mouth-watering banana bread. It's free from eggs, dairy and gluten, but packed with all the flavor, the texture and the love that you need. Jay, how do we make it?
I think before we make it, Z, I think that introduction was so beautiful because I think a lot of people think that if you have a sensitivity or an allergy, that your food needs to be boring and you certainly can't have baked goods, and that's certainly not the case.
Yes.
There are so many different alternatives to use in baking, and we've got a few here that I'm going to take you through.
And that's so true. Sometimes people with allergies do feel excluded.
Definitely.
So it's lovely to know that we can make little swaps and, you know, things can be edible and good for you.
So let's start with flour. We're using a gluten-free flour. And you can swap this out for equal parts of regular cake flour.
Okay.
But the important thing to note is to have a gluten-free flour that contains xanthan gum.
Okay.
So xanthan gum basically acts as the binding and a thickener in this recipe, and basically takes on the role of gluten in normal flour. Okay. So I've gone in with some baking powder, some bicarb, pinch of salt. And of course, we're making banana bread, so a little bit of cinnamon.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to set that aside. So that's the dry ingredients. And then into our wet, we've got our mashed bananas.
Is it true that with banana bread and banana muffins, your bananas have got to be kind of like well done or soft?
Yeah, I mean, the more ripened they are, the better they are, because you're able to mash them easier to a smoother consistency, and then you get that full distribution of banana throughout the bread. But listen, I've tried it with fresh bananas. Pop them into the microwave for a few seconds. That will ripen them up for you. So into this, we're going to use some unsweetened applesauce.
Nice.
So this replaces your eggs.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're using a 1/4 cup. So this, basically the conversion is one 1/4 cup to 1 egg.
Okay.
So we've got 1/2 cup here because this recipe usually uses 2 eggs. Now we're using unsweetened applesauce just because we don't want this to be too sweet as well.
The banana's sweet as well.
The banana's got some sweetness as well. Into this we've got some sugar. Now I'm just using brown sugar just because I feel like it gives a nice almost molassesy kind of flavor in the banana bread. Great alternative is coconut sugar perhaps, maple syrup, some natural sugars like honey as well.
Okay.
Into this, we're going to do some vanilla, and then we've got some dairy-free milk. So this is soya milk. You could use, of course, almond milk if you wanted to. You could use oat milk. You could use macadamia nut milk, which is my thing now.
Oh, really?
I just love it. The flavor's great.
It's rich as well.
Rich as well. There's so many, in terms of the milk component, I think there's so many different alternatives that you can use as
And obviously, if you don't have any allergic reactions, you just use normal milk, right? Okay.
Completely interchangeable, 1 for 1.
Yeah.
No problems. Then, of course, nuts. This you can completely omit or include. So because we don't have a sensitivity to nuts, Z, I'm going to add some into this mixture.
Is there anything that you could think of, you know, that would be a good substitute for nuts that still has a kind of like crunchiness? Like would oats do the trick?
Oats could do the trick. Granola as well.
Yes.
If you perhaps don't have a sensitivity to seeds, you could do a sunflower seed, you could do a pumpkin seed. You don't even have to be that complicated. You can just completely omit it. You know, banana bread has a beautiful texture in its own right as well. So we're going to put this into a grease-proof tin. Now you'll see, Z, the consistency is not what you'll sort of be familiar with when using regular cake flour. This particular flour that I've used has coconut flour in, which generally absorbs a lot more moisture than regular cake flour. So don't be alarmed if you find that the texture is not the same in terms of the batter. The outcome will be special as well. And then, of course, you know, we're going to keep it demure. We got to keep it cute.
Cutesy.
So because we're making banana bread, I just love having a banana bread where the bananas are actually just beautifully enveloped.
Love that.
At the top.
Love that, Jay. Very mindful.
Very mindful, very demure. So we're going to put this into an oven at 180 degrees for about 35 minutes. Insert a cake tester, skewer stick until it's comes out nice and dry, and then you know it's ready.
Can't wait to taste. Thank you so much. Well, there you have it. It is a delicious allergy-friendly banana bread that is perfect for everyone to enjoy. To get this recipe, all you have to do is go to afternoonexpress.co.za. Join us after the break for a discussion on allergies, mental health, and how to cope with it.